Hi, I'm Debbie Fischetti.
And I'm Megan Rothschild.
Welcome to Skin Talk, brought to you by the Melanoma Education Foundation, a show focused on melanoma awareness and what you really need to know about it and what not to believe about it, but most importantly, what to do about it. We have a lot of great things in store for you today, particularly my favorite, Megan's hot topic of the month, so stay tuned.
So you're wearing your glasses today?
Yes.
What's the story?
Old age. It's finally
Stop.
kicked in. I can't see. No, yeah.
I've been wearing them today?
When your 3-year-old goes to you, hey, Mommy, why are you looking like that? Yeah, it's time to do something about it.
Oh, well, are they UV protective? Because I know we were talking about cataracts beforehand, which are obviously damage caused in the eye. They can be caused by sun.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I have the bill to prove it.
Oh, yeah, they're more
money.
expensive.
It's definitely more money,
Yep.
but it's a special coating that obviously gets put on your glasses.
Right.
Which, you know, I didn't care.
They call
you
it polarized, right?
Yes. Mhm.
For those who might be interested in getting it done.
Yeah, and it's great, and it actually cuts down on the glare, you know, if you do night driving,
Right.
or, you know, if you work in an office building. So it's definitely more ways than one, very helpful. And like I said,
Absolutely.
you know, it's more costly, but it's definitely,
It's
you're
worth
talking
it.
about your health, there's
Right.
no price on that. So.
Yep.
So, oh, David Cordfield.
Yes.
Canada. Tell me all about this exciting trip that you
This-
went on last couple of weeks
It
ago.
was a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
yep. It was really funny because people think I'm crazy because I literally flew in and out of Canada in one day. I didn't stay over. No, I couldn't because I couldn't take the time off. Well, I could have probably taken the time off of work, but we were really busy at the time.
But it's a really great cause. I mean, it was a sad story about
Yeah.
the gentleman. He died of melanoma.
Yes, they're located in Toronto. It's the David Cornfield Foundation, and the gentleman died in the age of, he was in his 30s, and he left behind a little young girl and his wife, and it's just a really heartbreaking story because he had melanoma that actually spread, went to his spine, and caused a paralysis before he passed. So when I read his story, it was horrific. It's actually one of the saddest melanoma stories I've ever read. And I didn't read it until they actually called me. They contacted me. And they got this grant to do this huge PSA campaign. I use the word PSA, but it's not like a 30-second or a 60-second PSA. It's this really long video, and it's targeted at teens and their caregivers, whether it's parents or foster parents or whatever the case may be, and it's all about not using tanning booths, not using, overexposing yourself to the sun, all about UV protection. And it's kind of funny because I've done many PSAs before. I'm comfortable, reading a script. I'm comfortable talking about my story. This was actually acting. And it was the first time I was ever asked to do it. It was like...
I'm sure you were excellent.
No. It was really scary because I'm like, I got this. Teleprompter reading, script reading, I'm fine. And then they put me in this really intense room with this like completely whited out. And they were like, okay. And they would give me a scenario. They'd be like, you're talking to yourself at age 16. Go. And I'm like...
okay, self...
Yeah, it was
At
so
that
awkward.
age, you were doing tanny beds,
Yeah,
weren't you?
yes.
You'd be like, what am I going to do today?
Right. Well, I didn't have to, I was talking to myself. It was just like they had me do, it was really phenomenal. The director was just, kept giving me scenarios, so it was more acting than I've ever had to do. So it was a little challenging, especially because I was going on, maybe a couple hours sleep, travel time. The airport in Toronto, the one we flew into, you had to take a ferry from it to get to the into the city.
So the day that you got there, you actually had to...
I went right to the shoot, did the shoot, and then I actually sped back to the airport because I wanted to catch the earlier flight.
You didn't sleep over there at all?
No.
You didn't even go the night before?
I went to Boston the night before, and then I took a flight out of Boston. Now, what about your event that you had a couple weeks ago?
Yes, you were supposed to be at the event, but that was
in Canada.
Yeah, can't be two places at once. We can't clone you, huh?
No, not yet.
Yeah, well, what we did, it was a hoedown event supporting the Melanoma Education Foundation. And I did it last year, and it was a great success, like over 300 people. This year, everything under the sun that went wrong could have gone wrong.
Of course.
From not having a band to the last minute to, it was in the school, it was in the Minnechaug Wilbraham High School, which I'm very gracious to the fact that, that they opened up the doors to allow us to use their facility. It wasn't, sponsored by them. They just, we were just able to use their facility. But I did not know this because my children are young and not in you know, I'm not involved in a lot of the school things, that if there is an event held at a school and they call a snow day, that anything is just a common thing, I guess, that anything that was scheduled for the school or was supposed to be in the school is automatically canceled.
Oh, was there a snow day?
It was a snow day in the morning, but by 10 o'clock, the sun came out, the snow was melting, the streets were cleared, the sand was on the roads. It was like nothing ever happened. So I'm like, whew, by 6 o'clock was when the event would start.
Right.
No problem. But because of the snow day, I got a few phone calls asking if the event was still going on. But unfortunately, I did not have the turnout as I had hoped. But I had, you know, it was a really great event. Everybody who did show had an awesome time. We had characters. You know, we had, you know, all different types of food. You know, it raised a lot of awareness. I had a lot of support within the school, so a lot of teenagers. I had the Lumberjack Club.
Nice.
You know, which is it's a club that is organized by a teacher, but it's actually the students who sort of take charge of it.
Right.
And they participate and volunteer in different, you know, nonprofits or whatever. So they were hugely, hugely helpful and humble, and I could not have asked for a better team. There's like over 40 students that helped with the face painting, and we had games, and it was all hoedown. So, you know, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and the kids love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was really good. And you know, community-wise, I mean, I had Hampton Bank help, I had Munson Bank, I had Country Bank, Dave's BBQ,
Nice.
I had Red Robin. You know, Dave's BBQ did barbecue and ribs, which
Very
were
nice.
awesome. And the cornbread is my favorite.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
It's good stuff.
And then, have you ever heard of White Hut
Yes.
in Springfield?
Oh, I don't think anyone in this area has not.
Oh my
heard of
God.
White
I
Hut.
mean, I'm new to the area, so you have to excuse me. And I've heard of them. And, you know, I went in, I think, maybe a couple of weeks before and, you know, had some of their hot dogs and stuff. I was like,
yeah, their hamburgers are
oh my
out of
God,
control.
to die.
Yeah.
So EJ, the owner, and it's a family-owned business that's been handed down
been
for
there
like,
for quite a while. Yep.
Awesome. Their team, everything about the way they present themselves, their food, absolutely incredible. And they're in West Springfield.
West Springfield.
White Hut in West Springfield. Oh my God, awesome.
Yummy stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So we had some really great community support. We did raise a decent amount of money.
Nice.
And then, awesome, at the last minute, I didn't think I was going to have a band. They're called Pie Face.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Matt Bacon is, I tell you, he must be 17, 16?
Yep.
The Minnetonka. I don't know if he goes to Minnetonka High School, but Matt Bacon, Pie Face, awesome band. Trumpet, drums, I mean, all kinds of instruments that you wouldn't think would go together, and they were, I mean, it
That's
really,
awesome.
like, as everything that went bad, I was blessed. I was
Nice.
just, so in the end, we raised awareness. People got to know who the Melanoma Education Foundation was. You know, we had our table, we handed out information, and every single one of the kids, a friend of mine told me, one of the girls who watches my kids sometimes, she says she must have seen at least 50 people wearing the Melanoma Education Foundation bracelet that we handed out.
Wonderful.
You know, for like days after the event.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that makes my heart good, and there's a few of them that actually contacted me asking if there was other events for the Melanoma Education Foundation that they could support.
Wonderful.
So to get to the teens who want to help in this type of an area, through
great
them,
community
they can
service
talk to
and-
other teens, maybe when it comes to prom, and do a whole, you know, banning against tanning kind of thing.
Right.
So doesn't matter, as awful as I thought it was with the turnout, it was 10 times better.
Right.
Because of who
More
I got to
one-on-one
connect.
and
Yes.
connections,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So,
but-
well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was good.
Very nice. So we have a really exciting guest today.
Yes.
We have Jess Imbriglio from Brush Salon,
Oh, awesome.
and she did my makeup,
It
which
looks
is
beautiful.
just, you know.
Well, you always look beautiful.
No, she's phenomenal, and she's done my makeup. Actually, this is the second time, and I will forever go to her whenever I have any type of special event.
So clean
So,
and fresh.
yeah, and she's got some great tips for us. So stay tuned. We'll be up with that right next.
Have you or someone you know suffered from melanoma? Melanoma is the deadliest form of cancer and kills one person every hour. We need your help. I'm Deborah Fischetti, School Development Director of the Melanoma Education Foundation. Our mission is to inform people about the deadly disease through education, early detection, and prevention. Our Skin Check lesson is issued by hundreds of schools nationwide to educate teens about melanoma. We rely on volunteers and donations from people like you to support our mission.
I used to use tanning beds and now have over 20 scars from questionable moles, one of which was melanoma. Melanoma rates are increasing faster than any other cancer, but don't let this deadly disease keep taking innocent lives. The Melanoma Education Foundation provides free educational services, but we need your help. Please visit skincheck.org for more information.
I see a lot in my line of work, but there's nothing more terrifying than watching someone suffer from melanoma. I'm a melanoma survivor. With your help, we can make a difference.
Melanoma is among the most aggressive killers of all cancers, but is curable if detected early. I'm here today because early detection saved my life. Join me and support the Melanoma Education Foundation and help us save more lives.
Melanoma almost took my life. Don't let it take yours. I'm a 5-year survivor, and without early detection, I wouldn't be standing here today holding my children. The Melanoma Education Foundation is here to help. Get educated. Every second counts.
Please, take charge of your health and the health of your family and make a difference. Visit skincheck.org today. Visit skincheck.org today.
Well, let's talk hair salons. We have with us today Jess from Brush Salon in East Long Meadow, and she is the co-founder and lead esthetician from Brush Salon. So we're very happy to have you with us today.
Thank you. I'm wonderful to be here.
More importantly, what particular thing I'm proud of is that thanks to you, you opened the first doors to allowing the Melanoma Education Foundation to present their Skin Check program to yourself and to your employees, educating the importance of early detection, because early detection, that is the key, of melanoma and protection. Obviously skin protection. So,
Right.
so that is awesome for us, for you to be able to open up the doors, because as you know, that was just a small little
Pet project.
pet peeve project, because I do know that there are other nonprofit melanoma foundations that are doing that, so it's not our main focus, but it is something that hey, we're all work together, we're all striving for the same cause, so if each of us could, do their part, and, okay, I'll take this section of salons, you take that section, and then we can get down to one salon at a time and get the word out there.
yeah.
I mean, because you guys, you're in people's faces and on people's skin
All day.
I would say more than a dermatologist,
Oh,
because
yeah,
of the
for
fact
sure.
that how many people are always like, oh, the wrinkle, oh, and this. And speaking of which, I did some research. Maybe because I'm having a birthday in a couple of
First the
weeks.
glasses, now the skin.
So I had a question. As you know, I know that obviously UV radiation is in no way good.
Yeah.
I mean, vitamin D from the sun, yes, with a balance, with some protection. I'm not saying that the sun isn't great. It feels good. It gives us a little color, but everything with balance. But UV radiation from its collagen breakdown, from what the research that I had done, that UV radiation causes collagen to break down at a higher rate than with just chronic aging. And this process of, taking in the sun, we get a tan, it fades. We take in the sun, we get a tan, it fades. This constant,
Exposure.
Exposure, and the skin doesn't have enough time to repair itself, to build up from what the sun damage has done, which in essence is causing premature wrinkles.
Absolutely. It's actually responsible for 80% of the aging process. And people come in so often looking, I want to, target these fine lines, or I'm getting this and that, and I want to be the bad guy and look at their skin and go, I can tell who's definitely
exactly
been
why.
who's been in the tanning bed, who hasn't, who's maybe not taking care of their skin in the right way. And I think that's so important. People don't think of skin as an organ, but it's the largest organ of the body.
Yep.
And it's so important
Take it for granted.
to actually get in a habit and start to take care of it and think of it along those lines. So
And what gets me is that, obviously as women, we're always looking to put lotion on, or anti-aging cream, or skin tightening cream. So we're constantly loading ourselves down with something.
Right.
And then the one thing that, and I know this personally because I have family who lives on the Jersey Shore, the one thing that they don't apply is
Sunblock.
sunblock.
Right.
Tanning lotion, yes. Sunblock,
no.
no.
It's
And
so
then
counter. It's such a
it really
hypocritical
is, yeah. It
position,
just,
We actually have a product that we carry at our salon. It's an amazing product. You can add it. It's an SPF 30, so it's a block. You can add it into any existing product that you have, be it a foundation or a moisturizer or anything that you're putting on your face daily to give you that protection. So you know, for some people, I think they think of it as
An additional
step, like, oh, I don't have time to put
I
on
know.
sunblock.
I'm one like that. I like to look like I'm high maintenance, but not.
Right. So that's, you know, an easy way. We just came back from the Bahamas, and, you know, I'm crazy. You know, no one likes people all on their face, but my kids, I'm like, you need some sunblock?
Lathering them up.
All over. But, you know, this you can just add
to anything
you know,
you
add to
already
anything.
use.
So
That's easy, and it's SPF 30, which is great, because that's
Absolutely.
generally the minimum that they say you have to
Right.
have for sunblock, so that's perfect. Nice. Now, are there any tips that you recommend to clients when they come in for skincare or prevention?
I mean,
or
absolutely, just to get on a regimen is like first and foremost.
Right.
You know, people, I don't think, like I said before, think of their skin as something to take care of.
No.
And just if you can get
Should
on
just
it.
be an automatic.
Right, just get
Right.
on a good regimen. It doesn't have to be something that's 25 steps.
Yeah,
you
see,
know.
because I don't have the time or the
don't-
patience with that.
you don't have to
you
spend
have
an hour in
kids,
the
I have
bathroom
kids.
Unless you want to.
I said, yeah, I
Unless
want to
it's
look
your
like $1 million, but on a like, you know, $10 budget.
Right.
And time.
So you can
know.
do something simple, but you know, there's so much out in the environment that you definitely want to wash your face at night.
Right.
It's
I do.
Yeah.
I wash it in the morning and at night.
yeah. So
You
I
know,
mean, exactly.
That's just me, but.
Definitely a skincare routine. Exfoliation is also really important. As
how often do you recommend that?
depending on the type of exfoliation, 1 to 2 times a week.
Okay.
More intense exfoliation, definitely 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm talking more like mild
Professional.
peels, that kind
Right.
of thing. But we do have some products that are a daily, that are very gentle and mild, and then we have your once or twice a little bit
Right.
more potent.
Now, you said you have peels. Do you offer peels?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the benefits of that?
They turn over the skin. I mean,
Because
as
we have dead skin cells
Right.
that I think like every 2 weeks, is it, or every week? That
they are
you're
constant. We
regenerate.
shed
It's constant, right?
like every
Because I think
day,
of
like
the
something
tanning.
ridiculous,
Thousands
like
and thousands
a
of
million.
cells. Oh my gosh.
Every
Because
so
like
many
when you
hours.
put the spray tan on, I think we talked
And
about
then
that.
it starts
to
fade.
And then it
right.
starts fading,
You
and
get
that's like a
blotchy.
way
Yeah.
of this
Exfoliating.
exfoliating where the dead skin just sort of like.
Right, it
Right.
just kind of turns it over at an even pace. So if you're getting a peel, it's going to help turn the cells over all at the same time so that you're going to get that fresh, dewy.
It's funny because when you say peel, it panics me a little bit because I think of that Sex and the City episode where Samantha got a peel and she's
Super red.
bright red. That's clearly not what happens.
No,
Clearly
no.
on that
It's-
episode
well,
she was administered
Yeah,
wrong.
we do not do that.
But if you see people who lay out in the sun enough,
Yeah.
Exactly.
They
And it's
think
the same
that's
thing, it's a
burning.
peel along.
Now you have a tinted moisturizer.
We
that
actually
you
do have a
offer, right?
tinted moisturizer. It's
Okay.
what I wear every day. It's very
I
lightweight.
was going to say,
It-
because you look like you have great color.
Thanks. But no, it has a nice wash of color. It has a little bit of, luminescence to give you that dewy. I just walked out of, tropical island, but it was really my bathroom kind of feel. But yeah, I mean, and that has the built-in SPF too. So it's a no-brainer way to get the coverage you need on your face for, makeup type,
Right.
but also for the, the sunblock coverage.
We've been getting some nice comments and raves on the show, so thank you. I just want to put this as a plug.
Side note.
Thank you to our viewers and the emails that we've been getting about our show, so please keep on sending your emails and your thoughts.
Right.
But one of them was that it was refreshing to see us because you have unfortunately experienced it, and I've experienced in the sense, that my husband was diagnosed with it on a different aspect of the pain. So I guess for me, now wanting to, nice talking to an esthetician who sees, or even the doctor that we had on, Dr. Franks that we had on last week, seeing it on another side.
Right.
Like they see these people come in wrinkled, or they see them come in
Overexposed.
overexposed, and it just has to break your heart. Just
Well,
like,
it's-
what's going to get through to them? They don't
Right.
want the wrinkles, they
Right.
want the color.
Right.
Nobody obviously wants to get melanoma, but,
No.
so then, I don't know, why can't it be so easy?
It's just, I think, a matter of education, which I think
Right.
that this really is an amazing, program and being aware so that you can educate people to
Right.
be, you don't have to be harsh with them. I mean, they're coming in and they want answers, and
Right.
you don't have to, lay it down the line and
Sometimes you want
scare
to,
them.
but-
But I think baby steps and just making people aware of,
Well, and
hey, what's this?
reinforcement,
Like,
too.
and when you're on someone's face and you're looking, you're like, well, what is this? Has this always been there? Is this changing?
Right.
And yeah, you know what? You're right.
I should
And
get it checked.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
that's all it
always
is.
recommend people get skin checks once a year. I mean, any client that comes in for the first time, but in my line of work, you're establishing relationships with people, so you see the same person.
And they'll trust.
Right.
And it's establishing not only the relationships, but the trust in that relationship.
Right.
And that's why I sort of look at this by getting into the salons, by us having the talk show, by us, when I say us, Melanoma Education Foundation, getting into the schools. It's almost like, what is it, T-Mobile, get connected, you know? It's like, okay, yes, it's like another dot, like it's another, domino link, to, okay, we're getting to you, you're on the people, you're building relationships and talking to them about, now that we've been able to educate you on the skin check program and about melanoma awareness. And you're doing the survival skin and getting into the colleges, and we're doing this, and having the talk show. So it's just, over time, I hope that we'll have more and more people who said, you know what, I used to do tanning, but now I've been educated and I found safer alternatives. So thank you. And with that, Megan and I would like to present yourself and Brush Salon with an official melanoma detection certificate, so that way you could place in your salon, and now through this educational program you have a more value service of saving lives to your clients. So we are very proud to present this with you.
Thank you.
And of course,
yes, oh yes, cannot forget this. This is the most important little, every guest who comes on our show gets presented with our official Emmy Award winning.
Yes, Emmy Award winning. That's great. Almost.
Skin Talk mug. So
thank you, ladies.
Wonderful. And if people want to get more information, they can actually go right to skintalk.org. We're going to have information about the salon and all that. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for your time, and hey, spread the word. We want to get into more and more salons. So.
Yes, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks.
My hot topic of the week is coming up next. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Debbie.
And do you want to be skin safe with Skin Talk even when we're not on the air? Visit our brand new website, skintalk.org, to get all the tips and information you see right here on our show.
Plus, we want to hear from you. So email us your tip of the week. Tell us how we're doing, and if you'd like to be featured on the show. So email us at skintalk.org.
Welcome back. We just had Jess on from Brush Salon. Always so nice to have guests on, especially when very knowledgeable. They're very knowledgeable about the topic.
Yeah,
so.
she was very professional. She really knew her stuff, and she looked absolutely gorgeous.
Great skin.
Yes, her skin was perfect. Obviously, she takes care of herself, and yet she had a beautiful glow and a nice color to her, all based on the
tinted moisturizer.
The tinted moisturizer. So it can be done, people.
Yes.
You can look gorgeous, have a nice color, and it not cause cancer.
Exactly. And they're a phenomenal salon. I mean, I recommend them, just, the highest recommendation. So after seeing her skin, I'm thinking of going for one of those peels or something, because she just looked great. So.
Well, we're going to post all of their information on skintalk.org, so watch out for that so that you can check them out as well.
Absolutely.
But speaking of salons, I came up with a bit of little information.
Scary information, in my
that I
opinion.
would like to share with all of you. Nail salons. Can UV light from the nail dryers cause skin cancer? Yes, it can.
Crazy.
And we've had results. The results are in. Facts have been proven that people have been diagnosed with melanoma of the hands, and in the research that they have done was due to nail salons. Now, back in the day, I went once a week.
Right.
To get, manicure and pedicure. So it wasn't only on my hands, but it was on my feet as well. So once a week, and I would always, press the button, and I'd do 10 minutes, and then I'd press the buttons again, because, I'm spending that much money and doing that much time. I don't want
to chip or...
and all you women know that. It's annoying to wait there, but we
hit it on your keys, getting your keys out of your purse.
Exactly, put on our jacket. So you do the double button, 20 minutes
20,
now.
30 minutes of exposure.
20, 30 minutes of just drying under the UV light. Well, Dr. Orden, because it was also on, what is that show, The Doctors Are In, or something that's on there. But Dr. Orden explained that the DNA of skin cells mutate when exposed to ultraviolet light that increases the risk of melanoma.
Right.
He tested the amount of UV light produced by a standard UV nail dryer with the Pacific Scientific UV-AB light meter. And it was, this doctor explained that the meter reading of 100 was bad. So it was a test that he'd done on the show, and then he showed it to the viewers, did it for just not even 10 minutes, hooked up to this light meter.
Right.
And it climbed to 8,617 before giving a final result of the high UV exposure.
Oh my gosh.
So if 100 is bad, and this was almost 9,000, it wasn't even finished reading yet. and it wasn't even at 10 minutes.
That's ridiculous. Now, when I used to go tanning, back in the day, I would go tanning and then I'd go get my nails done. So it's like even more exposure onto that area, and 9,000, almost 9,000, that's,
when
wow.
100 is bad, so that is like quadruple. You know, that's really not good. And again, you know, back in the day when I was going once a week, now 3 kids later, I go once a year now, once a month. It's still not good.
Right,
I mean,
you're
there
getting
are
that
women
regular
out there,
exposure.
You know, who do. It's like, I enjoy it. That's like my real, you know, way of
Relax
getting out,
time.
relaxation, you know, get a half hour, 45 minutes of that.
Sure.
So, you know, the suggestion is to make sure that you bring with you a lotion that, because, you know, they put their lotion on just before they put the nail polish on.
It should have SPF in it.
Yes, yes. If
That would be
not,
perfect.
suggest for your, you know, salon, you know, your nail salon to keep it there. So
Or you could just air dry, do on the fan. Sit there and just air
sit on
dry.
the fan. Some of them do have the fans, but
Yep.
90% of them do have the light. So I just wanted to share that.
That is a great tip. And speaking of tips, my hot tip of the week.
my favorite. So what do we have?
I'm so excited about this because I work with a woman who runs a business called Skin Catering, and the website is skincatering.com, and she just launched this brand new service. It's body polishing coupled with a sunless tan. She does a spray tan. So basically you go in, she's got, it's a homemade body polish, which is phenomenal. I'm actually using I think it's brown sugar and vanilla, and it literally, it smells like a cookie, like you could eat it.
So everything in it, like is it
Natural.
something of her own that
She makes it, yes.
created?
And it's all
everything
natural
in it
products.
is all natural products.
Exactly.
Okay.
So first and foremost,
Like example, like you had mentioned what, the sugar?
brown sugar, vanilla extract. What else does she have in there? I don't know all of the ingredients, but literally it's like a cookie.
cookie recipe.
You could like throw it in the oven, and it's just delicious smelling, and it's wonderful. She'll actually come out to your home, body polish you. You go in, you take a quick shower, and then she pops a tent in your living room, your kitchen, whatever it is, and spray tans you right at your house. You don't have to leave. It's a mobile service. So my hot tip is to absolutely check it out. Go to skincatering.com and check it out. We'll also have it at skintalk.org. We'll be posting the information on there as well. And it's a phenomenal service,
Well, it's
and I
also
highly
nice
recommend
that
it.
they come to the home because of, again, you know, ones like myself
Well,
with
with kids,
children.
exactly.
It's very difficult to find a babysitter and
Right.
like that. You
And
know,
it's a nice little pampering. You treat yourself. It's a $75 package. She also does just the body polishing and just the spray tans. So if you don't want to have both of those items, you know, you can do whatever suits you best. But
you know what's my most favorite information about that?
what?
It's safe.
It's safe.
I would like to make a shout out again to Brush Salon and Jess for coming on our show. And thank you to you viewers for always staying tuned and supporting us and watching our show. So if you would like to share your story and would like an overview of today's show, more tips, or if you have questions, please email us at info@skintalk.org and visit us at www.skintalk.org. The Melanoma Education Foundation can always use your help and support, so please contact us if there was any way of volunteering or you would like to send us a donation.
And be sure to watch us again. We'll be airing once a month, so check your local listings. Thank you for watching.